You want to see what's going to happen? Hey, let me show it to you. This is pretty cool. This is a chart that comes from Stock Trader's Almanac, which I highly recommend you subscribe to. Now, what this does, I'm going to show you 3 tables, which are going to show you what will likely happen over the next 6 months. Now, this shows the market performance following bad worst 6 months, and we have just the end of October will be the end of the worst 6 months. Oops, sorry, that shouldn't go back. Let's go back. See if we can go back somehow or another. We can get back there. Hello, there we go. Okay. So these are really bad years. Now, this year was not one of these bad years, but I thought I'd just show it to you anyway, because you'll notice that what happens is starting from November to April, which is the best 6 months, you can see that in spite of having a terrible 6 months over here, we actually can have a very good following 6 months. And the following year, look at this, it's spectacular. It's spectacular. So now this is not the situation this year, but just to show you. Okay, now this is where we're at. If you look down here at the bottom, this is where we are here. And so they call this not bad. In other words, mediocre results, that kind of things. And you can see we're down here, but with this kind of performance, you know, this looks pretty good. There's a lot of black numbers down here. So this looks like we should be able to see a good 6 months. We should be able to see, I'm going too fast here apparently. All right, let's try this again. We should see in this column from November 1st to April 30th, we should see a nice performance. For the year, we should see good performance. But notice next year is actually not as good as if we were having a bad year. A lot of red over here, so not as good a performance. And then what if we had a great 6 months? Well, then guess what? Everything is just fantastic. Look at this average, 10.5%, the year 22%, 11%. These are all much more above average. So actually our mediocre performance that we have so far is actually not that great, but nonetheless should be a positive experience. Hey everybody, welcome to this week's video newsletter for October 2nd. And of course, this is always stylish. Stylish is the word I would use because it's always in style. Okay. Let's get right down to it because there's a lot of cool stuff going on here. Number one, look at the purple predictor, not only confirming, but showing a sharp acceleration. When the market dipped a week ago, the purple predictor really just chopped sideways, and now it's starting to lead the S&P 500 to the upside. So here we are making all-time new highs on the purple predictor and on the price. This is bullish price action. Dow, similar situation, not as bullish, neither the purple predictor nor the price, but the NASDAQ, on the other hand, is looking pretty darn good. Look at that chart. Oh, sorry, wait a minute. What happened? We're missing a chart here. Gosh, somehow or another, I'm not doing very well. There's the NASDAQ. There we go. So here you can see it's making new highs. So the place to be is in technology stocks. We don't want to be in old line industrials like in the Dow. We want to be in the technology, the biotech, the medical tech, the things that are represented on the NASDAQ. And of course, that's what our portfolio is full of, these kinds of stocks. And this is where the leaders are coming. Now, the real leaders are coming from the small cap. Look at our seasonality indicator here. This is the Russell 2000, and boy, that's almost a straight line up from the low in August, like no retracement at all, except for a little stutter step at the beginning of September. Amazing, amazing. Our seasonality, well, I just think we're into the bullish mode right now. Maybe we'll get a stutter step one more time before the end of the year, but generally speaking, we're in great shape. The yield curve no longer holding anything down. It is doing great. It is doing great. So the pressure that had been holding the market back is no longer there. You might even say there's some pressure to the upside. So pretty cool. Our asset allocation is showing that money's flowing out of the bond market and flooding into the stock market. That's a pretty strong move. Not the strongest, but it's a good, solid up move showing good cash coming into the market from the bond market. Stock market risk indicator skyrocketing. I talked about this last week, but we're seeing people wanting to take risk, and that's bullish for the stock market. When people want to take risk, that's bullish. Now, a new thing here that I've got here, stock market risk. I wanted to give it a little more perspective. This is this is a chart of the maximum drawdown in the S&P 500 each year. And as you can see, the maximum drawdown is like 2 or 3% this year, which is the least ever. Now, you'll notice there was a couple of years in the 90s that were awfully close, but right now, this is the lowest maximum drawdown we've ever seen. Global shares are showing good strength here. I think that the action is still, when we look at the NASDAQ and the IWM, there's more action and more money to be made in the U.S. than in other markets right now. So that's why I'm focusing over there. Emerging markets we got out of, although they're starting to rebound a little bit. Bonds, whoa, collapse-orama. A little bit, this is weaker than I expected, but obviously they are taking money out of the bond market and putting it into the stock market. And that big collapse is huge. And that's that has ramifications throughout lots of markets. The only thing is that one of the reasons why I had remained a bit, I wouldn't say bullish, but not bearish, is the purple predictor is quite bullish here. And so I'm just not convinced that this dip is going to last very long, but so far that's what the market's telling us. Bond key factors, you can see the blue line is the key one. The blue line is the 10-year notes over in Germany, and they spiked up. Down at the bottom is the CRB. It's dribbling up, but gold is coming down. Let's take a look at the dollar. If bonds are coming down, that means interest rates are going up, which makes the U.S. dollar more attractive. And we can see that right here. You can see that I've been talking about this for now a month, really, about how we were running out of momentum on the downside. And I'm not ready to get long the dollar by any means, but this is no longer a bear market in the dollar anymore. So we have to start taking that into account because this has ramifications throughout our investing universe. So look for the market to stay sideways for a while. There's no way we're going to be putting in a major bull market without creating a lot of buying first, where people start to say, hey, the bear market is over. Now, if the price of if the dollar's going up, then gold must be coming down. And gold broke below that red line that I talked about last week. As a result, my big bull theme, it's over. I'm getting out of all my gold positions this week. So I would suggest that you do the same thing. Now, if this turns around, I'll be the first to get right back in again. But for now, I'm going to stay on the sidelines. I'm going to get out and stay on the sidelines is what I should say. Our gold indicators, you can see dribbling lower up at the top, that's the euro. Sideways now in the middle panel, that's the CRB. But it's the yen that's really crushing the market. That is for sure the gold market. Now, oil, I think we've probably gotten up to the high of the range. We'll probably start to see it move lower. Okay. I was quick today, but the very opening sequence has a lot of powerful information about what's going to happen in the next 6 months and what's going to happen in the next year. All right, you know what to do. I don't need to nag you. I'm not a nag anyway. It's not my nature. So all you freebies, we'll see you next week. Fully paid up members, just hang in there for just a second. Hey, Courtney Smith here, and I want to tell you about TradeSmith, our video weekly newsletter. Yeah, I've been bringing the hammer to the market for over 45 years, and now I share that expertise with you every week in a terse, to-the-point video newsletter. Now, see, back in the old days, I actually ran the #1 stock newsletter in the United States for 5 years, according to the Hulbert Financial Digest. I crushed the market. I went where the action was, and for 5 years, when I did this newsletter, it was the number one rated, most profitable newsletter there was. There's a picture of it. In addition, I also ran the number one mutual fund, growth mutual fund in the United States. There it is. There it is. There's Morningstar. Look at that chart. Ooh, that's a beautiful looking chart there. And I was number one. Well, and no losing year in 40 years. I've been doing this for a long time, and I want to share that expertise with you so that you don't have to go through 40 years of experience. Trust me, I bled a lot in those 40 years, but what that means is I've led a lot, and I've shown tens of thousands of people how to make money in my career. Now, first of all, in this newsletter, we're going to cover the key markets. We're going to talk about the U.S. stock market. We're going to talk about global stock markets. We're going to talk about foreign exchange. We're going to talk about futures, even commodities, oil. We're going to talk about bonds so that this is a one-stop shop. You can come here. You don't need anything else. We're going to use options. Whenever we have the opportunity to leverage up and turbocharge our profits, we're going to do it. Now, this is totally unique analysis. You think that if I did what everybody else did, I would have those number one track records? Of course not. What I have to do is unique. That's the only way you can beat the competition out there year after year after year. So, deep fundamental analysis. I'm going to talk about this on two levels. First of all, fundamental analysis of the markets, monetary policy, economic policy, trade flows, all of those sorts of things, but on a very, very deep level. I've studied macroeconomics for decades now, and I've been using that analysis for decades. In addition, we look at deep fundamentals of individual stocks when we look at our stock market trades. That is to say, we're going to tear apart these companies. I focus a lot on a few key metrics. One of them, strong earnings growth. In the final analysis, that's the thing that really drives stock prices. Another factor that drives stock prices is when earnings per share estimates are going up. That is to say, when a broker changes their estimate from 10 cents a share to 20 cents a share, they call their clients buy the stock, and the price goes up. So those are the two most powerful techniques that affect the price of a stock. And I'm going to tear that apart and show you why I love these companies. But at the same time, just because it's a great company doesn't mean it's a great stock. We need to be able to time these things and buy them when it's good to buy and sell them when it's good to sell. So I'm going to show you unique technical analysis you can't get anyplace else. It's a combination of a number of indicators. Some of them you might have seen elsewhere, but I use them in a unique way. Others, you've never seen them anyplace else. I'm the inventor of those techniques. But you know what? Even the techniques that I use of other people, I use from people who are friends of mine. Yes, I've been around this market so long that most of the greatest technicians in history have been friends of mine. In addition, I'm going to show you ninja trading tactics. How are we going to get the best fill? How do we enter the orders? Are we going to use stop orders, or are we going to use limit orders or market orders? All of those sorts of things I'm going to give you in our weekly video newsletter. Key benefits of the newsletter. Number one, killer analysis that you're not going to find anyplace else. This is unique. This is unusual. And I have to make it unique. I have to make it unusual because that's the only way I can be number one. By the way, I was voted number one bond and gold market timer for 3 years in a row by Timers Digest. You can only do that when you have unique and killer analysis. Killer trades, because once we've got the analysis, we need to make money from it. We need to turn it into an actionable item, something that we can actually do in the real world. So I'm going to give you killer trades. I'm going to tell you specifically where to buy, specifically where to sell. Nothing is left to the imagination. I'm precise. It's also to the point. I don't want to waste time. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. So no BS, no stories, no jokes, no nothing. Right to the point. Here's what to do. Here's why to do it. And here's how to make money from it. So I'm going to keep it terse. It's about 20 minutes per week, right to the point with all the analysis. I show you the charts right on the screen so you know exactly why I'm doing it. You can double check my work. If I show you an indicator and I say this is what it means, I'll show you the recent past and you can see if it worked recently. Of course, it does. Now, actionable. That's a key thing. So many analysts out there, it's blah, 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 blah. It seems to me that all they want to do is they love the sound of their own voice. They want to sound smart. You know what? I don't care if I sound smart. That's not the point of the exercise. I'm not here to try to impress you. I'm here to help you make money. I'm doing all the same trades that I recommend to you. So trust me, they better be profitable. Easy. Like I say, I'm going to give you the exact entry, exit points. It's going to be super easy. Just type them into your brokerage platform, and there you go. It can't be any easier than that unless I came over to your house and typed in the orders myself. It's only $47 a month. This is a peanut for what you're getting. This is killer analysis, killer trades. This is something where, you got to stop and think of it this way. Can I make $47 more per month if I subscribe to this newsletter, or am I not going to make $47 per month? You know the answer. The answer is, of course, you're going to make at least $47, probably 10 times that, probably 100 times that, probably 1,000 times more than the $47, depending on the size of your account and if you follow all of my trades. So also, I want you to have a lot of free bonuses right up front. As soon as you sign up for the first month, I'm going to give you thousands of dollars of free bonuses. A lot of them are options related because I'm an owner of a company called Options University, and we've got some great education there, from option beginner to pro in just 4 nights. I like using options if I can because they can turbocharge the profitability. They can also be used to cut risk at the same time. That's a pretty awesome combination. So I'm going to give you from options beginner to pro in just 4 nights. Great introductory course for an option beginner. I'm going to give you how to quickly and easily master the top 20 technical indicators, some of which I use, but of course, as I say, I often use them in tricky new ways, and I'll show those to you as well. Retire rich with 10x income. I love this course. Really, isn't that what we all want, is to retire rich? And hey, why retire rich? How about retire rich and early with 10x income? This is an awesome course. You're going to love this course. It's going to get you focused so that you can retire rich. The secret is out with gamma trading. Now, this one's more advanced. I'm not kidding you with this. Gamma trading, I used to be an options market maker in the institutional world. I didn't deal with retail customers, only with banks. And what did we do? We did gamma trading all day long. It's something that's so super sophisticated that very few retail investors ever really understand it. This course gives you the insight into how to do this sophisticated technique. So we started from option beginner at our top bonus. This one, advanced and very super cool. Another one is, I love this. Come on. We're going to give you a new option strategy every month. So what's going to happen is you're going to receive a new option strategy every single month for 12 months, give you a month to master the strategy for the month, and then learn a new one, and then learn a new one. This is a great concept so that you can learn in a relaxed fashion. Gotta love it. I'm also going to give you 82-page manual on candlestick secrets. This is a particular style of trading, using, instead of bar charts, using candlesticks. What's cool is it's got flashcards. It's really very cool because you actually get to learn just like you did when you were a kid. So it makes it super easy. You can be studying while you're sitting there on the subway or whatever, looking through those flashcards, the tutorials, the manual. It's awesome. And then finally, a very secretive part of the universe, foreign exchange options trading, where we combine foreign exchange trading with options trading, profiting from the 2 hottest markets. So I'm giving you 7 bonuses here. The value, if you were to go and buy those, go to optionsuniversity.com. Check them out. You'll see the price is just under $2,200. So when you sign up for just $47 a month, I'm going to give you these 7 bonuses right away. You're going to be able to access them right away. So let's repeat. You get the weekly video briefing with actionable advice. You get the 7 valuable bonuses, and all for just $1.56 a day. Come on. Really? You don't think it's worth less than $1.56 a day? Come on, man. You can't get a Starbucks coffee for $1.56, but you can get one of the best video newsletters ever. In fact, I believe it's the first video newsletter ever. But you're getting the same insights and the same techniques that I use to build that incredible track record of being the highest performing, most profitable newsletter for 5 straight years. All for $1.56 a day. This is a peanut. So what do you got to do? It's simple. You go to bit.ly/weekly market forecast. And yes, the W and the M and the F have to be capitalized. But go to bit.ly/weekly market forecast right now to subscribe. Get involved. Full money back guarantee, of course. Do it right now. You're going to really enjoy it. I'm not allowed to promise you that you'll make money. The SEC, the FTC, they'll come down on me like a ton of bricks. But I know what my track record is. I think as long as you follow the advice, I think you're going to be very happy. I'm allowed to say you're going to be happy. I'm not allowed to say you'll make money or they'll come down on me like a ton of bricks. We don't like that. So here's what I need you to do. Go to bit.ly/weekly market forecast with the capital W, M, and F right now. Go there right now, check it out, sign out, full money back guarantee, get all the bonuses, try it for a month. I know you're going to love it. Thanks very much, and I'll see you on TradeSmith. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.